that may well be it. That is it. But, and the referee does. I mean, the referee shouldn't actually have to have the ball in play when they blow the final whistle. It doesn't have to be, but you know, and that's the end. And it's finished. Barnet 4, Maidstone United 0. Maybe 4's a little harsh on Maidstone, but we have to say that in terms of fairness of result, that's a fair result. It was an own goal by Fowler, 2 by Nick Kabamba, and 1 straight from a corner by Dale Gorman, just to add the icing onto the cake, and an unfortunate and rather poor decision by the referee to send off Timmy Abraham. Nobody's saying that he didn't actually hurt Reece Hall-Johnson, but it was one of those where the ball's in between the pair of them. Hall-Johnson's head goes down, Timmy Abraham's foot comes up, strikes the wrong place. No deliberate at all, and the referee has a mad moment and somehow decides that's a red card. I mean, I would say Maidstone United started off quite brightly for a few minutes, and then Barnet just gradually took control, and made it 1-0. And again, Fowler was all he was doing was trying to stop Kabamba scoring, and the unfortunate thing about that was in doing so he put the ball into his own net. As I say, you know, he did stop Kabamba getting the hat-trick, but put it into his own net to do it. And then a couple of late sucker punches in the second half. Oh, sorry, just before the end of the first half. My apologies. It just finished it as a game, and then you know, any semblance of a possibility that Maidstone had finished with. To my mind, unjust sending off of Abraham.
Yeah, and again, with that sending off, I don't think it would have affected the result or the outcome of this match this afternoon, Darren. Not merited red card, obviously, but certainly Maidstone will look to come back stronger next weekend when they visit Worthing. Worthing themselves having had a very interesting 4-4 draw this afternoon. Trying to derobe while we're still on air and still on camera, just about managing to get things done. This is proper Hollywood stuff, this, for everybody this afternoon. Yeah, you know, Worthing getting their 4-4 result against St Albans, which may well be a blessing in disguise for Maidstone. Maidstone, of course, only able to do one half of that this afternoon here at the Hive. There's a few Maidstone players warmed down in front of us. Yeah, it's a harsh scoreline in a sense on Maidstone, but at the same time the dominance that Barnet had for the majority of that first half meant they didn't really need to do an awful lot in the second half either, and I think that goal that came for the fourth one really was indicative of that red card decision going against Maidstone, making it 1-0 in the half. It flattered Barnet a little bit, but not totally. It's a shame for Maidstone that a season that's provided so many high moments, that hoping that this particular performance will be very quickly forgotten. Clearly, Darren, it's better for Maidstone to have a chance in the FA Trophy than the Cup to get to Wembley. So realistically, we'll probably say Wembley is another year away for Maidstone United. But I mean, round 3 for both competitions so far. Money gained from the last round, money gained from the FA Cup run. Waiting for Tuesday, not only for Barnet's perspective, but obviously the Stevenage Port Vale replay as well. And we'll wait and see how that goes before the FA Cup game in the new year, but plenty to come before then as well, of course. That Worthing game, I'm very intrigued to see how Maidstone bounce back from that, especially
after Worthing's result today.
Exactly, 4-4 against St Albans. Certainly since St Albans getting back into the swing of things a couple of weeks ago. Myself and Fred were there a fortnight ago for Jeffers, doing quite well for himself, and he was certainly in amongst the goals as well this afternoon. But yeah, it's intriguing to see how Maidstone are going to get on next weekend. It will be Nigel Seeger, it will be Eric Hogg, who will be in the hot seat for us next weekend at Worthing. And yeah, I think it's Jubilee line and A1 for us, Darren, don't you think?
Absolutely, and just to summarise, I would say that whilst the scoreline might have flattered Barnet, the result certainly didn't. And you look at results and you say, well, you know, was it fair that Barnet went through? They were the better team today, and you know, with or without all the stuff that we've described, you know, that was a fair result, unfortunately.
And from that result to Worthing in a week's time, thanks for myself and from Darren and Nigel and Eric. We'll see you next week. And as always, come on, you stones.